After the firefighters left, I didn't even recognize it. It destroyed our vision, our dreams.
A dream might vary, but for most, it's driven by dedication. For Claudia and Heber Gonzalez, it was their American dream, buying a house in Socastee years after migrating to the U.S.
With sweat, from Monday to Saturday, working and working, no rest.
Close to their church, a big kitchen, room for Claudia's sister and baby niece, it was everything.
Lo perfecto.
Their dream finally becoming a reality in 2020, but 13 months later, crumbling by what firefighters told them was a short circuit.
In 30 minutes, the house was destroyed. In just a half hour, our clothes, furniture, nothing survived. It's just incredible how things can happen in an instant.
Claudia and her sister went to work that morning, and Heber ran by the church. When he came back, black smoke was smothering his dream. He called Claudia, and all he could say was, "We lost everything."
That voice just replays in my head every night, and the sadness in his voice.
But through the charred remains, the couple is focusing on what they didn't lose. Photos, memories, their lives.
We're moving through this because of faith. We're saying we're going to fix this. We're going to have a home again, through faith. We don't have any money to reconstruct the house right now, but there is faith.
Because while our dreams may vary, there are some that will never die. In Socastee.
26-year-old Victoria Kelleher, her friends say she got COVID-19 when she was 36 weeks pregnant. Now, she remains on a ventilator and hundreds of miles away from her newborn baby. Taylor Poston has worried about her dear friend, Victoria Kelleher, ever since Victoria got sick a month ago with coronavirus. She was 36 weeks pregnant at the time.
She couldn't get her fever to break because, you know, being pregnant, she couldn't really take a ton of medicine or anything.
Taylor tells me doctors did an emergency C-section on Victoria. She says after she gave birth, Victoria had to be airlifted to MUSC in Charleston, where she is on a ventilator.
It's awful. I mean, knowing she's had a little girl that she hasn't been able to see yet and not knowing, you know, day to day what the update's going to be.
She says doctors are using an ECMO machine on Victoria. It helps to pump and provide oxygen to her blood outside the body, allowing her heart and lungs to rest.
They told us to prepare for the worst. They were like, if this doesn't work, this is it. And that was a little over a week ago. I mean, and to see how far she's come since then, it's amazing.
Victoria's former co-workers here at Southern Produce and Plants at the Florence Farmers Market are working to raise money for her. They say 10% of all the money they make tomorrow will go toward Victoria's medical bills.
I was heartbroken. I mean, to know that you have been so close to somebody for so long and their life was on the line. Yeah, I mean, I just want her to get better.
Her friends say they have a lot of good produce from local farmers, and they're just hoping to raise a lot of money tomorrow for Victoria Kelleher.
Well, leaders with the CDC have had a mask mandate in place for school buses since January, but when kids returned to school in South Carolina, leaders with the State Department of Education said they would not be enforcing it. Well, today that changed as COVID cases in schools continue to skyrocket. ABC 15's Emma Parkhouse talked with one school bus driver now charged with that enforcement.
I think it's something that should have been done from the beginning of school time, when the school started, because they only protect the bus drivers and protect the students also.
Skip Birch drives a bus for Florence District 1. Starting Monday, he'll be checking students as they board his bus, making sure that they're wearing masks. The South Carolina Department of Education changed course Thursday, saying they would now enforce the CDC's mask mandate on buses. Drivers will be given extra masks to provide to students who don't have one.
So that's more than one task. We have to multitask when we drive school buses.
And if a student refuses, the Department of Education says they won't be denied transportation.
They choose not to, then there really is nothing more than that than we can do than the expectation that we have of them to comply with it.
The Public Information Director for Horry County Schools urges parents to have patience throughout this unpredictable school year.
There's a lot of changes, and I know they're coming fast and they're coming often, and we're trying to do the best we can to make sure we get the information out as well.
Monday morning, Birch will be giving out masks and information, hoping students comply.
So they're only not exposing themselves to each other, they're exposing the bus drivers also.
Because with bus drivers already in short supply, losing more to COVID-19 or quarantine could make it even more difficult to get students to school.
Some Vietnam veterans are getting special recognition for their service. They were honored with the Agent Orange Heart Medal. Now, these medals are for Vietnam veterans who worked with the chemical during the war. Agent Orange is a highly toxic chemical that was sprayed on crops in Vietnam. But since the war, health experts say Agent Orange exposure caused cancer and other severe health issues. Retired U.S. Army veteran Bobby Tyner was exposed during the war and has had several health complications. He travels the Carolinas fighting to get veterans health coverage because to this day, the government will not cover some health issues for veterans who were exposed.
We're still fighting today, and we're going to continue fighting. I don't know how much longer I got, but I'm going to go until I can't go.
State Representative Russell Fry shared a drafted resolution he plans to propose honoring Vietnam veterans.